Well, hello there and welcome to this somewhat special video. Before you start raging at me for this isn't reservists only. There is a little star next to it in the title, probably. Of course, I can't do reservists only if I use infantry CVs, which are regular, or in the case of East Germany, shock. I am also using regular infantry for American infantry, and of course I'm using other units as well, so it's literally impossible to do reservists only, as you have to buy at least one CV. But yes, someone suggested that on my Discord server. They also said, I could use regular recon infantry, so I'm like, okay, sure. Obviously the focus is on using reservists, and original suggestion was blue mixed, but obviously reservists are prototyped, so the only deck with 3 cards of reservists in the infantry tab is Scandinavia. Technically, I could have played, let's say, Dutch German, who have 2 reservists in the infantry tab and the BGS in the recon tab, but I feel like Scandinavia is more interesting because 2 of their reservists are also quite special, with both of them having MGs. The Swedish reservists are probably the worst reservists in the game. For one, they cost 20 points a pop. There are 15 men, but their MG is also the worst in the game, I'm pretty sure. The Danish are actually quite nice because their MG has the same stats as line infantry MG3s, whereas usually the MGs and the primary weapon stats are based on training, and this is the case for their primary weapons, but not the MG. So that is actually quite nice. And LHV, if they had a 5-pointer with more than 1 front armor, would be great, but they don't, so they're fine. But yeah, so we got this map, which is well, this is already pretty bad for Scandinavia. ICAM. This is already a bad map for Scandinavia, but maybe you remember that one game against Greyhound in the first best of 5 of one of the tournaments. It was like 2 years ago or something by now. Final game, first best of 5. If I lost the game, I would have lost it, or I would have gone second in the tournament. If not, it went to the second best of 5, and that's what happened. It was a very exciting game for me. If you haven't watched it, honestly, give it a try. Maybe I'll link it in the comments if I don't forget. So yeah, already a pretty bad map, and I have no idea what Milan is playing. Although Balance did tell me that he was trying out Soviets in ranked, so he might be playing Soviets, which is bad for me. But I also got told that he's not very good at Soviets. Maybe it's actually not that bad. We'll see. He definitely has no clue what I'm playing. I'm pretty sure if he does, then I'd be amazed. First, on the left, we're just gonna do a small holding force, honestly. Or just something that holds him off, which, yeah. Not having any HMs is obviously pretty bad. Like, period, outside of helicopters. So, I'm gonna start with the Fennec Tattoo. Honestly, these in the openers are not even that horrible. For the right side though, because for mid I'm pretty sure there is going to be infantry. I'm just gonna get some of you for the town, and these are actually gonna be my main fighting infantry. The other 2 are actually for soaking damage, but the Herhem thingies can actually fight somewhat decently. Though mostly in forests and not in towns. Maybe I should focus more on the right side actually. I think that's what I'll do. I'll get an automatic. I'll get 1-2-1. Bunch of these fuckers. Mortar. And that's way too little points for mid, so actually get some of these for the town there. I should probably actually get a tank for this side, but tough to. I should also get more AA. This is not very good. Get a Leopard 1. I only have 1 AA piece at the start, and against Soviets it could be horrible if he uses a lot of helos. What? I'm not gonna. Actually, I do need this for the AP though, because my infantry just can't fight vehicles. So I need a decent tank. Maybe I'm just gonna get 2-1 Saves me at least a bit of points. Alright. This is gonna be very, very tough. But you know, maybe for once I'm lucky instead of Greyhound, so we'll see how this goes. We're gonna drive in there. I just want to buy time. Right, some of you are gonna unload here. The other two are gonna unload there. I'll stay here, you're gonna drive forward. What's this? This is Soviets indeed, and that's a Hind over there. So I definitely do want to buy another automatic. There's also a fob. Get the automatic. Oh hell yeah, Fennec. It seems like he's very weak on that side. Alright. Refill you at the fob and put you back there. Get some infantry for this forest as cheap as possible. Smoke this up so he doesn't snipe it actually. Move these leopards. Let's move you here for now. I have no recon infantry, so let's get some. Since they're worthless for fighting, they're good for just putting there so I know if something is there, just for probing purposes. It's good just for at least some AA over there. This being still alive is also very good because I know this is clear for now. Okay, what is he doing? He's very, very slow. That is very good for me. Because my deck is slow as well. I need to micro these very well, so I need to be very careful with what I'm doing with them. They're quite important. Okay, let's not forget the fob is there. We're gonna snap that fob with our beacon. He's gonna be very reliant on the fob, I think. So being able to snipe that would be amazing for us. Split you up. Let's get here, there. I don't know what just happened. Oh, they get shot at, I think. Oh no, they did. Yes, they did. Over there. Doing this again. I think 2 salvos should be enough for the beacon. We'll see. They're gonna die here, but that's fine. I only put them there because I wanted to know when and if. I could have maybe sent something else there, but the thing is, holding towns for me in these areas are going to be very tough once again because my infantry is just basically worthless against any kind of vehicle unless it's like in forest range. So I think he's gonna try to push into my 2-pointer. So let's move our leopards over there. Get some more infantry. If I had to guess, he gave up on the right side completely. Okay. Whoops, the other automatic we're gonna move up. Here. Let's get like one of this in there. But these NM1 through 3s are actually not worthless, so let's try to keep them alive. We don't want to fight over here, we want to fight up there. Force him into close range. I wonder if he already realized what's happening, but I think maybe he's just thinking I run 3 cards, but still expects something like Eric's, which would be great because that means that he would not be as. I think if he I'm stumbling over my words again. What I'm trying to say here is, if he knows that I have no Erics in my deck, or Carl Gustav, or anything along those lines, he would probably be incredibly aggressive with his tanks, or vehicles in general. And the Fob stat after one salvo already, great. But if he doesn't realize it, that means that he's probably going to be a lot more, well, not as aggressive as he would otherwise be. Let's get like a 1a5 here. Can move up. What's their fuel like? Fuel is fine. Then we probably there's the stuff. Fire in there. Rashets, so I can't use the thing very effectively yet. Two of them are damaged, let's repair. One of them is damaged, let's repair them. Let's get a Fighting Falcon. I wanted to buy a CV originally, but there's. So something evil and try to sneak that around. I gave the order too late. I did survive though. Back. Let's not underestimate the range on those. That's K52. If we can bait him. Another 4-sec here. Yeah, these BTRs are gonna be a massive issue. Oh, I do have a mortar. Honestly, I don't even. Oh shit, he actually got it. Still alive as well. Shit. Try to use this more aggressively. God, having like no usable infantry anti-tank weaponry is so horrible. So absolutely horrible. Holy shit. I mean, I knew it was gonna be bad, but I didn't realize it was gonna be this bad. That's a Strela. This automatic is spotted. And of course he's also ticking. But my 2-pointer is anything but safe at the moment. Massing helicopters here. Well, not massing, but he has 2 already, 2 K-29s. It means he has 2 infantry CVs. Try to snipe there. Means he has 1 in the town there as well, or most likely in the town. Technically, of course, he doesn't have to have it there, but it is quite likely. That's an Oza. God's there. I would love to stop the bleed, but there's no point in doing that right now. Fighting Falcons ready again. There are the helicopters. Bomb in there. Try to go for the K-52. Wanted to kill the K-52 as well, didn't quite succeed, but that's fine. Killed the Osa though, and didn't lose my plane. That's for now good enough. Lots of helos, lots and lots of helos. I guess if you can't join if you can't beat Putin, you're gonna join him. I don't like the automatic there anymore. Ooh. Automatic there, it's a bit safer. He's gonna move up in here. Very good. Tank, SysT-64. I think I'll have to really try to use planes as much as possible, or deal as much damage with the planes as possible. Forest fights are just a nightmare. Even worse than I actually anticipated. Bomb in here. Yak. But I'm not to 2 HP. Let's get a CV. I know it's not quite safe, but good anyways. Wait, what's Evac Bingo? He had something flying there, I didn't realize. The 80s, they're gonna be awful for me. Get some 105s. Infantry here is getting wrecked. Back before I lose you to VDV. Not the best road for you. Are you hovering low? No, you're not. Scout Defender. Man, Eric's would be so good here. It would be so good. Or even I'd kill for Carl Gustav. Even a basic RPG 7, at least it has range and has some like some sort of, you know, accuracy, but what I have, this is cruel. If you can fly around the thing there and try to snipe the CV. I didn't pay attention to what if my Scout Defender spotted anything on the right, so that's Bit unfortunate. What a match. What a match. Get some more of you. Alright, you're 20 points a pop. I forget. Oh, that's an MLD. I should not have them so close together. What happened to the T80s? I don't think it killed them. You're also okay. They're out in the open. Let's crash it. I don't want to bomb there because it's so close to his air spawn. Ooh, the NM1331 won against the things. That's actually very good. But we are at least we stopped the bleed, but now we're still behind in points. Let's see what's in there. If we can move you up a bit. Or T80s. It's K52. Let's buy out these. Actually, okay. Here the M3. In the town. Let's not screw in there. The out again. Maybe buy an MLU. I can snipe tanks with that and by fight against his planes. He counter captain, not too surprising. Change altitude. If I see K50, if I see K29 here, like moving out, then I know it's an infantry CV. There's the yak. MLD. I lost my Leopard 1, unfortunately. I lost my rover RBS there. Just bomb this or artillery that. I mean, back bingo. Let's get you out again. Does he still have his plane circling? There's the yak. Just bomb this for now. 2 yaks. Or ASFs. This is gonna be. I just can't push. I can't push. Like, how am I supposed to push? It's just not possible. I need something to do with those BMP ones and the motor strikey in them. If it was it's just no way. Automatic fired. I lost line of sight on the OBR. I did not get the CV. No, don't get killed by this, please. Yeah, I got double tap. Did he just get line of sight for a split second and just crit me? How did he aim so fast? There's the healer blob. Jesus Christ, he's really trying to emulate Putin. Well, I guess, how do you say it? Something is the highest type of flattery. I forgot the name. But you get the point, you know. If you get copied, you know, that's the biggest compliment someone can make. Altitude. There's the seed missile. Oh, I mean that either to the seed or to the ATGM. Or he misses. Or he misses. Oh god, did I kill the I did kill the OBR. I lost also the units that I advancing over there. Also, you're just circling. You shouldn't. You're gonna die probably. Yeah, it was deserved. I forgot about you. I had you circling because of the healers, but obviously yeah, I did not expect to have to fight versus Greyhound. Also, I had hope that I didn't get a map as bad as this against a deck. Honestly, I should. Well, okay, let me put it this way. I think Soviets are good on this map, but let's be real here. Any normal deck's just good against my deck. I don't know why you're moving forward again. I don't, or like why I told you to do this. And I mean, I killed this fob, and it's still far from enough. I mean, I'm not saying like I played perfectly, of course. You know, of course I could have played better, but I think from the get-go I was at a massive disadvantage. But if it had been any other map, well, maybe not any other map, but I think many other maps where that isn't so wide and has you cover so many angles and stuff would have been better. I think Hell in a very small place would have been better because it is much easier to just get a status quo in terms of frontline and then play the defensive role. Something like this is just so much harder. I should have anticipated the push earlier on the left and should have moved stuff earlier. I definitely could have reacted a lot better. But whatever I would have done, I think it wouldn't have mattered what I did. I would have been on the back foot for the whole game. Even if I was in a defensive position, I would be at a disadvantage. And this is not me trying to come up with excuses and explain the loss. Like, let's be real here. I'm playing with reservists only. I don't need to come up with excuses. That should be reason enough. So I was, you know, hoping. Usually, I'm not a fan of like any kind of pub song, but I was hoping to get again an opponent who's like colonel rank or something along those lines. You know, certainly nothing like this. I guess it's GG. Yeah. I'm gonna quickly go over the replay, but yeah, not much. I think not a whole lot that I could have done given my Right, John, right. I mean, KD is not even that horrible, but I think it was to be expected. Whoops. Milan just asked me and see what the hell is that. He really is just, can't beat Putin. I guess I'll become Putin. Jesus Christ. Man. Let's quickly check that. He actually had a USC in the base. Then where did he? Did he? Or did he change that? Yeah, he did change it, right? Yes, he did. He didn't? Well, I guess he did. Yes, he did. He didn't start with 2 CVs, of course. And it was in this town, not that. Which makes sense given how light he was on this side. So what okay. What should I have done here? Obviously move them over there. And send this infantry to the left, of course. I think obviously my reserves, the only thing that they're going to do are going to slow him down, or maybe win like massive engagements where it's like 4 of these versus like 2 squads of VDV that they can win. I think you saw earlier or at some point in the game they were like this 2 stack was wrecking 1 VDV squad, right? They're not really that horrible against infantry. Against any kind of vehicle is obviously a different thing. What I would have needed to do is just get bunch of tanks, but I needed a Leopard 1 power stack, if you want to call it that way. Using Heroes of Might and Magic and nomenclature. I needed like a 4 stack or something, or like 4 1F5 and 2s. Just deal with any kind of heavier tank in close range, because I think a 1-1 while it can work, it's not a good tank for close range fights unless you're trying to like kill super heavies with Scandi. Assuming you don't have Eric's. And given the fact that it favors AP over armor, not necessarily the best tank, given the all-around stats. So I think 1F5s would have done best, even though they only have 12 front armor. Though considering this is not forest range, most of the time they will, I think, survive a shot, so that's not too big of an issue. Still though, didn't quite. I got some nice shots off here. I'm really annoyed that this one actually got fired back on by the OBR. I got them somewhat low, but I think this is if I had managed to fend off this push, I would have been in so much better of a position. Not losing the automatic would have helped, of course, in that way, but yeah, defending Tattoo did a lot of work, but I think the Scratchets being the abundance of Scratchets made it harder to use it more. Yeah. Oh well. Here, hang on, let me quickly show you the deck again. But it's basically a standard Scandi deck for the most part, with the exception, of course, oopsie, of the infantry tab. Allows me to get 5 more activation points, basically a 5th playing card. I'm also having basically only access to these, or I guess those. That's really. But they actually have 2 more runs for the for their law. Interesting. Not like it mattered, but yeah. These basically for like very, very cheap fire support. And yeah. I think if I had access to Eric's infantry, I definitely could have won this. I think even just Falz Mega 90 in this deck would have done so much different. The left would have went completely different. And if I had been able to defend the left, I would have contested mid and had the whole right side. I, in theory, would have won. But of course, you know, could have, would have, you know. Yeah. Destroying the fob wasn't really a big deal because helos weren't even that big of an issue. Sure, I lost 2 1A5s, I think, to them. And I shouldn't have lost. It was just, I had them out in the open and I just should have reversed them. Maybe I could have at least saved one. But oh well. I hope you still somewhat enjoy that. And I'll hopefully see you next time.